everybody, I'm Katrina.
And I'm Bren.
You can follow me at xxkmgamingxx on Instagram and on Twitter.
And you can follow me at ScarletNerd24 on Twitter.
And tonight we're going to talk about
Shadowhunters, episode
4.
And
And
it's called Rising Hill.
Raising Hell.
Raising Hell.
Raising Hell.
Raising Hell.
Raising Hell, sorry.
Raising Hell.
Okay, so in the beginning of the episode, Clary's she's laying in bed and she's kind of having these weird, like, visions / dreams of her mom and Magnus, and I mean, we all know who Magnus is. We've met him before, but she doesn't. So she wakes up and she thinks that Jace is there, comforting her, but then boom, it turns into Simon. That was weird to me. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so she's talking to him about her concerns, and he's kind of chiming in here and there, and together they piece who they're actually looking for. The warlock that stole her, or took her memories, which...
It was like Magnus, and then
it
was like
Magnus Bane.
Bane.
Oh yeah, because that hot vampire Camille was talking about him.
Goodness.
Something like that.
I don't think I remembered the whole time.
Yeah. Clary then takes that information and she goes to Jace, and she's like, okay, I think we have our lead. I think we're looking for Magnus Bane. And he's like, Magnus Bane? We know who Magnus Bane is. He's like very, he loves parties. He likes to do lots of things and be everywhere. So everyone apparently knows who Magnus Bane is.
Apparently everybody knows Hodges. I mean, Hodges knows Magnus Bane. Yeah. Like, it was like elaborate profile of Magnus Bane, like
exactly.
His whole history.
Which, to me, was kind of funny that they didn't think to go to him first. So then Isabel comes up with this great idea to have a party, because we all know that Magnus Bane loves to party. And as they're talking over about their mission with Hodge shows them a necklace that used to belong to Magnus that actually he gave to one of his lovers, which we find out was Camille, the Vampire Queen. Interesting.
So Magnus gives the necklace over, well, not Magnus. Let's just start this again. So the necklace is used as a tool to lure Magnus out of hiding. Hodges brings it out of this little safe in the Institute. It's like, oh, I have this beautiful necklace with some keys. And Isabel's like, I want it.
Yeah.
And
so that's that. So that was their plan on getting Magnus to meet them and hopefully retrieving Clary's memories. So they go to the downworld party, and then in a little side clip it shows that Magnus Bane was being warned not to go to this party.
But he couldn't give up a good party, let's face it.
No, and his necklace. He really wanted that necklace. I wonder how much that thing was worth then. Memory? Money? Memory? I don't know. Simon goes home and he's like trying to rest, and then in walks Maureen, one of his band members, and she's trying to like confess her love for Simon or whatever, and tells him that she wants to date him or whatever. But then in walks his mom, and he ends up getting chewed out by his mom, and it just was kind of funny. Anyways, Maureen like picks up a picture of Simon and Clary, and she cuts herself. Like, she drops it and she picks it up and she like cuts herself, and there's blood on the glass, and Simon totally zones in on the blood and zones out of everything else. And then Maureen ends up getting like frustrated and she just leaves. And once she leaves, Simon actually picks up the glass and like licks it. Like tastes.
He like dabs his finger in the blood and like tastes
that's it. Yeah, he tastes the blood. So I mean, obviously we see where this is going. You know, you don't have to have read the books to kind of see where this is going. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of important to touch on a little bit. So the crew ends up going to meet Magnus, and
blend in.
Yeah.
I love how they say blend, like Jay's like blend in, and here's Alec with the bow. Like,
yeah.
How are you supposed to blend into a club? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go a little bit rant.
Yes.
The club was not full. This was supposed to be like the happening downward party of the year, and the dance floor was like half empty.
Yeah.
Blend in, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an awkward scene.
And well, like Isabella like is wearing this fancy ensemble, and she dresses Clary in this real sexy little black dress, and
she's good at dress.
But then Alec is just there in like a t-shirt and like pants. Same with Jace, I think, too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the girls have to, dress it up.
I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to me. Well, anyway, so they end up seeking out Magnus, and
they kind of do like a trade-off. Like, I will help you with Clary's memories if you give me the necklace.
Yeah,
and then he's like, I need to see its authenticity. And so they kind of do like a trade-off, and Jace is unsure about giving the necklace, but he eventually gives Magnus the necklace to help Clary get her memories.
But meanwhile, like I guess circle members knew about the party, and one was about to get him, and then there's Alec, bow and arrow, whoop, and he ends up taking them out, which is pretty awesome. So Magnus, he takes off, right? And he like goes poof and disappears.
Yeah, he's like trying to get Clary to come with him to his secret lair where he can hide away, and she's like thinking about it, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
He goes off, and
but she grabs like his shirt or something.
Because he was like holding her hand or like grabbing her, and she was grabbing him back. So I think she was able to like take a piece of his like
button.
Yeah.
Or like a, what are those called? Little.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. We'll just say a button.
We'll say it was a button.
Yeah.
And so then the
cufflink.
Cufflink. That's what it was. Cufflink. That's the word. Yeah. So then they had already found him, and now they're like, dang it, now we have to like find him all over again. So what do? They have to use the parabatai. Which is, so what they did, it was very romantic. I mean, they like held each other's hands with the button, Jace and Alec, and then like glowing light. It was very, very romantic. And then all of a sudden they started like leaning in a little closer,
and Jace was just letting it happen.
Yeah, Jace was like,
okay.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of strange.
I mean, even Clary was like, isn't this a little weird?
Yeah.
Like Clary even commented on it. It was just I think that's probably my favorite line she's ever given.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So then using their brotherly bond, parabatai bond, they find out where Magnus is.
Yeah, they're able to.
His new little lair. So off they go. Whoa!
We're a little bit of. I'm just kidding.
We got the parabatai. Once they find Magnus
in the lair. Yeah.
And Clary's like, dude, I know there's something in my brain. Help me find it. You took it from me. And he's like, yeah, well, I gave your memories to a demon. Because it made sense, but it didn't really make sense. It was like, if he gets captured, he doesn't want to have the memories.
To a demon.
So he gave them to a demon, and they all stood and held hands. And Magnus was like, don't break the bond, because if you break it, something bad will happen.
Yeah, you will set the demon free.
Yeah. And so he's like, the demon's going to want payment. So, and you don't really know until they're holding hands, and then Magnus is all like, okay, the demon wants his payment. It's going to be a memory of the one you love the most. And so Isabel, like, it shows Isabel, and it was like, poof, it was Alec. And then Clary, poof, it was her mother. And then Alec, poof, it was Jace. And then Alec is like, oh my god. He's like, no, the demon's tricking me. It's not that.
Not real?
I'm not, no. And so he breaks the bond, and then this crazy, like, swirly twister demon, a greater demon, comes out, and it grabs Jace. And Isabel instantly grabs Jace's arm. I noticed that. Like, it was instant reaction for her. She was trying to save him. And Clary's just kind of standing there. And then,
but to back it up, he got caught up with the demon because Jace was trying to go after Alec. Because Alec went to, like, take off, but the demon was going to go for Alec.
Oh, okay.
And he pushed Alec out of the way, and
so the demon, so the demon grabbed Jace. So then Alec grabs Jace's other arm. And then Clary's standing there like, whoa, crap. There's a demon that's about to eat this cute guy that I like. And Magnus ends up saying, you know, if you kill the demon, you lose your memories forever. And it didn't take her long to think. She was like, I'm going to kill that demon.
It around.
She just went, bah! Killed the demon. Jace landed flat, whatever.
Like belly flop on the floor.
Yeah, he ended up being okay, which was great. But then Clary lost all her memories, which was crappy, right?
Yeah. It sucks. I think it sucks if you lost all those memories of like that's our youth.
Yeah.
Like all of our youth is completely lost forever.
Just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Poor boy. Which,
but for the greater good.
yeah, for the greater good, I guess you could say. Yeah, for sure.
I want to talk about Malik a little bit.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
So I really liked just how intrigued Magnus was of Alec and how like, what's your name? He's like, Alec. It was like the cutest thing ever.
It was cute. I was like,
yeah. And then like when they're in the new lair and Magnus is like fighting off.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And then he shoots another arrow to the guy and falls and Magnus kills the guy and I was like, well done. He's like, well, I like to call that rare. And I'm like, I love it. I don't know.
It was cute.
All about Malik.
And then, like, the very sweet thing was, you know, after all of that happened with the greater demon, you know, Magnus walks up to Alec and he's like, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Interesting. Also, Valentine, really quickly, Valentine was also seeking out a warlock, and he ends up killing these innocent little Seelies that were hiding, and then he, like, tells his circle member to take them because their blood might be interesting. I thought that was interesting. Wonder what he's wanting to do. And then, to the little icing on the cake, after, you know, Simon has his little freak out issue too, he ends up at the very, very end going and walking, and then you see he's looking for Camille, and she's up there on this building. And so, kind of nervous for Simon, don't know what's going to happen there. And then, last but not least, Clary somehow knows to use her necklace now. She touches it, and she's like envisioning where her mother is. I suppose that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And it takes her to her mother, who's like hovering there, and Valentine's standing over her mother. And he then like creepily like looks over, and he says like, what does he say? He's like,
give up the cup.
well, he was like, it's good to see you, or Clary, it's good to see you. And then where's the cup?
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool, kind of creepy,
and interesting, because correct me if I'm wrong, the necklace isn't in the book.
I don't think the necklace is in the book.
So this whole necklace thing is a completely new idea for the show.
Completely new.
Yeah.
Which they did a lot of new things. I feel like they changed lots of stuff.
But I kind of like the incorporation of the necklace.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I want one. Can I have one?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see my dad with my necklace, though. I'm just saying, I'd rather see like really cool things like touch it and be like, see people.
Well, I guess, but I mean, if you think of whoever, what if you think of someone like on the toilet? Or like you think of someone and they're like on the toilet.
Your necklace is glowing while you're on the toilet.
And they're like, oh, crud. Literally. Anyway, so that was the end of that. Sorry for a little ramble right there. Shadowhunters, episode 4. We'll be back next week. So follow us on YouTube, our YouTube channel. What is it? Geeky Blog?
Geeky Blog. Also, make sure that you guys look at all the links below. It links you guys to our website, to Twitter, to Instagram, to our Facebook. We'll even include all of our Twitters in there as well if you want to personally follow us. But Shadowhunters is every Tuesday at 9.
Tuesdays at 9 on Freeform.
Freeform.
All right.